She is a sophomore at the University of Richmond and vice president of Green UR, the university's environmental group. Hansley is organizing her fellow students in an effort to retire the coal-fired power plant on U of R's campus and encourage the administration to create a plan for generating electricity from clean energy sources for the university. She's studying to become an engineer and aspires to work in clean energy industry building wind turbines, hopefully right here in Virginia.
Hello everyone, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Like she said, I'm a sophomore, and as a young person aspiring to go into this field, I go to every single one of these things that I can. And also I get to meet really cool people, so that's awesome. I didn't actually grow up attending things like this or being politically active at all, but I did grow up in a really beautiful part of the Blue Ridge Mountains where I could drink right from the stream and go hiking whenever I wanted. And when I went to college, I found out, like she said, that I have a coal plant on my campus, and I was pretty upset about it and thought about all the mountaintops that had to be blown up, and I've actually been to the mountaintop removal site, and it inspired me to do something. So I started running a campaign this fall and to get our university to quit coal and move to renewable energy. And this past October, we had an event called 100 Actions, and over 100 schools across the nation took part in some type of event, either a camp out. We actually had a die-in where people laid down and pretended to die. It was kind of great. We were on the news, but it was really monumental in the fact that it brought everyone together who was suffering from these health risks from these coal plants being on their campus. And I chose to be an engineer because I do believe that the solution lies in real ones of these, and we can make it happen in Virginia. And the fact is that, let me switch papers. Since my dorm is right next to the coal plant on campus, we gathered over 1,000 petitions, which is over a third of the student body on campus, and actually delivered them to the president yesterday, which is really exciting. We put candy canes in the basket to make it a little cheery. So after that happened, well, let me scratch that. Virginia as a whole is very dependent on dirty sources of energy, and especially coal. Colleges and communities are bearing the burden from coal-fired power plants, and the members of Green UR and all of Virginia have been organizing to power Virginia with clean energy, coming to events like this. We're here today to demonstrate that citizens and students from across Virginia want clean energy. Since young people like me have a crucial role to play in the climate movement, this energy revolution and creating a livable future for our generation is absolutely necessary.
Yes.
Right now, to be honest, the future sort of looks bleak for people like me, but I see a beautiful silver lining, and that lies in job opportunities for Richmonders, Virginians, and Americans in renewable energy. Since coal is an outdated technology, it makes sense that Dominion wants to retire 2 coal plants. But this is not enough. More fossil fuels and natural gas to replace them is not the answer. If we don't switch to this renewable energy technology, what incentive is there for young people like me to get technical degrees? It's already tough competing internationally for jobs with little guarantee that we can pay off student loans at all. What I've seen this year from empty promises from politicians, when what we need is community solar programs, solar panels, like for James' company, and engineers to guarantee jobs that we can create these large off-scale wind projects. We are one of the top states for wind energy potential. Why are we not capturing it and creating cleaner electricity?
Right. Yeah. Right.
I want to see wind turbines creating my energy, and along with investments in these plants, to have an insured job when I graduate. Tens of thousands of jobs like the one I want for myself can be created when Dominion, right here, why we're here, takes a stand for clean energy economy by committing to renewable energy. Pollution from coal plants and power generation is something my generation and the future generations to come will have to deal with. But we have solutions, now we just need to implement them.
Yeah. The speaker is Ivy Main. She is the vice chair of the Virginia chapter of the Sierra Club. Ivy Main is a recovery
and I'll use the megaphone, but I'd rather not. Dominion is proposing to phase out 2 of its oldest and dirtiest coal plants, and that is great news. Thank you, Dominion. The bad news is they are not proposing to replace it with clean energy, but with another fossil fuel. Now, natural gas does burn cleaner than coal, but it is still a finite resource. It still emits greenhouse gases, and extracting it from the ground still pollutes the air and water.
Yep.
And if you've ever seen the history of natural gas prices, you'd know that trying to predict the price of gas over the 30-year life of a natural gas plant is like trying to time the stock market. It's way too volatile. Dominion doesn't get it. We need a long-term, clean energy solution. We need to invest in energy efficiency so that we use less fuel and reduce our costs. We need to invest in technologies that don't pollute, like wind and solar. We should invest in technologies that have come down steadily in price, like wind and solar. And we should invest in fuels that are as free as the sun and the wind, because they are the sun and the wind.
Yeah.
Besides being clean and renewable, wind and solar offer huge opportunities for Virginia. The federal government is about to open up a lease area 20 miles out from Virginia Beach for offshore wind development. The area they're talking about can support 3,200 megawatts of offshore wind capacity, and that's enough to provide 10% of our power just from this one area. Now, harnessing offshore wind is not like drilling for oil or gas, where you drill it, you use it, and it's gone forever. Offshore wind will keep blowing as long as we need it to give us our power, and so it's something we can do for ourselves and for our kids and for our grandkids. It also offers a huge economic boost in the way of economic benefits to Virginia. $19 billion over 10 years added to our GDP.
All right.
It also means, it's huge. It also means just for this one area, this 3,200 megawatts, more than 10,000 jobs. And these are not burger flipping jobs. These are good career-length jobs for our young people. And this is just for starters, just this first lease area. So why aren't we jumping at the opportunities? Dominion is stalling on offshore wind. It is ignoring land-based wind, and it is actively fighting the solar companies. Dominion doesn't get it. I have a show and tell here. Remember these Dominion ads from about a year and a half ago? Nice wind turbines. Guess how much wind Dominion is selling into Virginia today?
Zero.
Zip, zilch.
How much did they spend on that ad?
I know. Talk is cheap. Right? It might have cost a little bit, but yeah, it's cheap. But Dominion's IRP tells the real story, and it's a story without renewables. Dominion doesn't get it, and that's why the SCC has to step up and do its job for the people of Virginia.
Yes.
Woo! They need to consider what their ratepayers are paying today for breathing pollution. They need to consider what the long-term costs of fuel are. They need to consider what they could be doing for our young people and for our businesses if they invest in clean renewable energy and grow our business here today. And then they should tell Dominion, good job closing those coal plants. Now let's get serious about clean energy.
Yeah.
It's free! We need to be taking advantage of this now. Thank you so much, Ivy. Thank you also to our other speakers. As you all, we're going to start marching here in a few minutes, and I'm going to explain the whole route and everything, but as you all get going, and once we get over to the SCC, please take an opportunity to talk to the folks around you, to talk to our speakers about these amazing opportunities. These energy sources are here. They are available now. We State Corporation Commission that are all comments on Dominion's Integrated Resource Plan, their IRP. It's the long-term energy plan. We're talking 15 years out. The fact that they have no clean energy, no real energy efficiency programs in this plan has got to stop. So I hope you guys will join me. I'm going to take my trusty megaphone, and what we're going to do is, everybody who's carrying another sign, that's great, just sort of follow us down, but I need everybody else find a spot along the banner. We're going to cross Cary right here. We're going to walk one block up. We're going to cross Main. We're going to take a right, and we're going to head a couple blocks down. The State Corporation Commission is going to be right there on the corner, just a few blocks down, but we need to make sure that everybody's got a place.
Back there, but it was okay. It was only one person.
And the Commission behind me here is a body of 3 judges. Currently, Mark Christie, Judith Williams-Jagman, and James Dimitri, each elected by the General Assembly for 6-year terms. And today, I'd like to say that at least 50 more Virginians will not only know what, but where their Virginia State Corporation is. Wind and solar provide stable energy prices, as Ivy said back at Dominion, because in both cases, the fuel is free. Since 2007, wind energy development has increased by 347% to 40,226 megawatts, and today the industry employs over 75,000 Americans. Solar energy has increased 548% to 878 megawatts and employs over 100,000 Americans. None of that growth, none of those jobs have come from wind and solar electricity by Dominion Power in Virginia. As one of the nation's largest utilities, Dominion has the capacity to change this and instead be a leader and guide the Commonwealth towards a clean energy future. We urge the SEC to proactively support Virginia's clean energy future by requiring that Dominion's long-term energy plan, or IRP, includes solid commitments public comments on Dominion Integrated Resource Plan, and we knew that it was very unlikely, but we thought we would ask at least if you were interested in having the banner that we've created out of all of the comments that we've collected. And if there's anywhere that you would like to keep that, you are certainly more than welcome to keep it, but we also brought the printed out versions as well. Okay. All right, so you guys don't want to keep the banner? Just wanted to make sure that we offered it to you because it was intended for you. No? Okay, so we're gonna have to hold on to the banner, but you guys just hold on. All right, so they didn't take the banner, but we had planned for that. And they accepted all of the comments as well as over 30 public comments from clean energy businesses around the state of Virginia. So give yourselves a round of applause. Wonderful work today, everybody. So we're gonna take these back and go back to the vans. Are there any other words that anyone else would like to say? I really appreciate everybody coming out today and being a part of this. As I mentioned before, this is just the beginning. We want to make sure that Dominion Power, that our Virginia State Corporation Commission, and everybody else who's responsible for the energy choices that are being made in Virginia are good ones, are smart energy choices, and that we're pursuing clean energy today.